It's mid-February and the footpaths around the Goyt Valley are fairly wet and muddy from recent rain and snowfalls. But for once the sun is shining, and although the air was crisp and cold, it was a perfect day for this 5-mile circular walk around Errwood Reservoir. The walk starts from the main car park, over the dam wall dividing the twin reservoirs. But there are 2 other car parks on the route as alternative starting points. It's a very easy walk, with some spectacular views over the reservoir, but walking boots are definitely recommended, especially on the other side of the reservoir where the narrow paths can get a bit waterlogged at this time of year. From the car park, head down the narrow road alongside Erwood Reservoir. A display board explains some of the social history of the valley, as well as the animal life to be found here. The reservoir was completed in 1968, some 30 years after Fernilee to the north. They both completely changed the face of this part of the Goyt Valley. Under these waters lie the remains of Goyt's Bridge. There are lots of photos, as well as some old cine-film of this picturesque hamlet on the companion website at www.goyt-valley.org.uk. You soon reach a modern bridge. Look over to your right. These rhododendrons once bordered a lane running up from Goyt's Bridge to Errwood Hall. The hall was demolished in 1934, at the same time as Goyt's Bridge and 13 farms on the estate, but the ruins are well worth a visit. Just past the bridge, head up the narrow path, which leads up the slope, go through a gap in the stone wall at the top, and turn left. If you'd like to visit the ruins of the hall, turn right following the signs, and then retrace your steps back to this point. Follow this path, keeping the stone wall on your left, until you reach the narrow road. Cross over and go through the small gate on the opposite side. This attractive path leads down to the River Goyt, which is very much a stream at this point, and is both wheelchair and pushchair friendly. This wonderful scenery shows what was lost when the reservoirs were constructed. It's been attracting visitors for well over 200 years, from prosperous Victorians taking the waters at the nearby spa town of Buxton, to workers and their families from the industrial cities of the northwest and Midlands. To continue the walk, follow the path straight ahead, through the trees, and climb some winding steps, turning left when you reach the road. After a short distance, look out for a narrow path on the left, which leads down to a picturesque packhorse bridge. A plaque beside the bridge explains that it was moved here from Goyt's Bridge in 1965. There are lots of photos on the website showing this ancient bridge in the heart of the small hamlet. From the other side of the bridge, head left along the narrow track which leads along the slope. It's here that the path can get muddy after rain, but a series of wooden walkways cover the worst sections. After some distance, you will see Erwood Reservoir nestling in the valley ahead. Keep following the narrow path as it winds across the moorland. Fork left when you reach a footpath sign, and follow this wider and more solid track down and around the slope. Cross the small wooden footbridge, following the path around to the left. Soon you come to a bench on the left, which is a great place to rest a while and take in the magnificent view from this side of the reservoir. If you look to your right up the slope, you will see Old Goyt Lane, which was once the main route into Goyt's Bridge from the Buxton to Whaley Bridge Road. You can follow this track down on the left to see where the lane now vanishes under the waters of Erwood Reservoir. It wound around to the left into Goyt's Bridge before rising up to Errwood Hall, along a lane which now lies beneath the modern bridge. To continue the walk, follow the path which leads along the valley side, with the reservoir to your left. Eventually you reach the Singletrack Road, which is today the main route into the Goyt Valley. Turn left down the slope. A metal plaque on the left explains that this was once an incline on the Cromford and High Peak railway line. Again, there's lots more information on the companion website. Follow the road across the dam wall dividing the twin reservoirs, perhaps stopping again to take in the view across the water. Although it's sad that so much natural scenery was lost, the reservoirs do provide some wonderful panoramas across this unique Derbyshire landscape. To return to the starting point, simply continue along the road and you will soon see the car park straight ahead. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to visit the companion website for more walks in the series, as well as lots of photos and information about the lost hamlet of Goytsbridge and the people who once lived and worked here.